What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's coming on with me today, as she is a two-time grad from the Indiana IU, I would say Indiana University. She's also a production coordinator as well, and she hosts her own
That's
podcast
right.
called the Cinematic Pulse podcast. So we're definitely going to get into some talk about podcasts. We're going to get into some talk about why in sports, and get to know her a little bit. Without any further ado, I introduce you the wonderful, talented Sharee Jackson. Welcome, Sharee, to the
Thank
podcast.
you. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. My first question to you is the same question as it is with everybody that hops on here, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any inspirations or role models growing up? But ultimately, why did you want to pursue a career in sports?
It was kind of a happenstance. So in 2018, 2019, I had a friend who was like, "Hey, your career, you're holding yourself back. You're letting all of these circumstances in your life hold you back from like going and pursuing your career in production." Like I always thought I'd work in like I always wanted to work in like film or TV, and I just didn't know how that was going to happen. Um, but I finally had the courage to like leave the psychology field and pursue the, TV movie production career and decided to go back to school and get my degree in film TV. And it was a great experience. Met some great people that led me into somehow, luckily, ESPN within like 2 months of graduating. I got lucky. Didn't even apply, just met the right people to get into the right space. But like it's always been my dream since I was a teenager to like work in this field. And I never thought I'd get into sports as much as I love sports. But again, it's just, I got really lucky. And growing up, I always loved watching like, PTI and Mike Wilbon is like my hero. I love him so much.
Mm, yep,
Um, he's such a sweet man. I've met him once and he just, ugh, love him. So being able to like work in the same company as one of my heroes, couldn't be more blessed.
that's what's up. I love that. That's amazing. That's a great why too, and a great start to this conversation. We mentioned that you went to Indiana University, so you're a Hoosier alum.
I
Talk
am.
to me. Talk to me about were there any other schools though that could have persuaded you from going to Indiana University?
So it's always my dream to go to IU because my dad, when he was younger, he was going to go to IU, but life kind of got in the way of it, and he ended up having to like put that on the back burner. So it was always my dream to be able to go there as a Jackson and as the line of our family to continue that career path. So I went to IU, and then it was more out of when I went back the second time for my media degree, it was a lot more because I would not have to do my prereqs again. So I got really lucky and I was able to go back and only get my degree in 2 years rather than four. So it was an easy choice to go back to IU and it was close to home. Going back to Bloomington was great. I mean, it was my home for 8, 9 non-consecutive years. So love it. I love it there. I love being a Hoosier, born and bred. I think we got disconnected. There you are.
I think I lost you for a minute. I was like, where
Yeah.
in the world? What in the world happened? I was like, my gosh. Okay. I'm
What's the
so
last
sorry.
thing you heard?
The last thing I heard from you was my dad, and whoop, there it is. You were gone. And that's it.
Ah, I can start over then.
Okay. Go ahead. Talk to me. Why were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to Indiana University?
I don't think so. Like, I'm a born and bred Midwestern girl, and when I was a kid, I always wanted to go to IU because my dad was going to go to IU and he lost that opportunity when he was younger because, life got in the way. My dad's in his 70s and he was going to go to
Mm.
IU when he was 19 and he just wasn't able to. And I was like, you know what? I want to go there. I want to be able to like go full circle with this with my family, be able to like put our name in that school like you were going to. So going the first time was a no-brainer. Going back a second time was also a no-brainer because if I didn't go back, I was going to have to redo 4 years of school somewhere else. So
Oh wow.
luckily, I didn't have to do any of my prereqs from the first time I was there. So I got done in 2 years. So it was an easy
Mm.
choice to go back to IU the second time.
Absolutely. Now, did you grow up in Indiana or did you grow up
Yep.
somewhere else?
I grew up in Southern Indiana in Evansville. Been here my whole life, aside from the 8, 9 years I was in Bloomington.
Absolutely. Just so recently, I went to Indianapolis last March. Because obviously every year there they have the NFL Combine, so I was able to
Yep.
cover that. Able to also go to the career fair that was there too. But y'all also had another big time event, or had a few big events. Obviously with the Pacers being in town in the finals, but you also had the WNBA All Star Game.
hmm
Did you work that, or was that an event that you got a chance to work?
I did do NBA Finals this year. It's my second year doing the NBA Finals, so that was incredible. As again, a Hoosier, seeing the Pacers, they
Hmm.
haven't been there since in the finals since I was 7. I think I was 7 years
Yeah,
old when they made the finals last time. So
the
being able
2000.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, being able to
Hmm.
experience it as a fan and just like you and being in the arena during the games and moments, and you're just like, I can't believe it's loud. Like this is my home, this is my state, and this is what we represent. And like the Pacers are really special this year. Like there's no doubt about it. And I think it really like brought alive Indianapolis and Indiana once again as like a state for sports. And I think you can also say that with the IU Hoosier football team last year, like coming
Sure.
out of nowhere and just being incredible. Like you
Hmm.
saw all like it's been just such an incredible year for sports in Indiana with, IU football coming back and the Pacers going to the finals. Man, I'm telling you, we would have won. We were gonna win if Hallie didn't get hurt. But hey,
That is
man,
definitely a hot take, Cherie. There's no
I,
question about that.
we were coming out hot in that game, man, and it was kind of sad because where I was working in the arena in OKC, the Pacers locker room was near my area. So after his injury, I could hear him cheering for his team despite his injury in the arena, and it broke your heart in like the best way because like that man doesn't give up. That man has never given up.
Yeah, he listen. Whoever, well, he put to bed whoever made that silly list of him being overrated. He put to bed on that one. I don't know how you could put Tyrese Halliburton and overrated in the same sentence. That doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
I think he proved
Um,
time and time again he was absolutely where he should have been.
No question about it. And yeah, you're right. Wow, I even forgot about Indiana Hoosier football, but they're actually one of the teams that had a one loss record. They were 11-1. The
Yeah.
only loss was to the eventual defending champions, which was Ohio State, if I'm not
hmm
mistaken. So
Well, yeah,
yeah,
their only loss was what, Notre Dame and Ohio State? Yeah.
yep, yep, because they ended up losing to Notre Dame in the playoffs.
hmm
But yes, absolutely. Wow, that's right. Um, I want to ask you some favorite questions. And
Okay.
you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions, okay? So here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Ooh, that I like to cook. I
Mhm.
love making soups. Like all my favorite foods start with
Ooh.
S except for creme brulee, but I really think I'm really good at making soups.
Okay, okay. I'm a huge cream of broccoli person. I don't know if that's your favorite soup to make, but I love that soup for sure. I'm also a huge taco person as well.
Oh
Love my
yeah.
tacos. So yeah, I can get down on those. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Ooh, that's hard. I've seen
Hmm.
John Legend twice and he was incredible. Like he sounds so good. He sounds as good live as he sounds on his albums. Who
Yep.
else have I seen? I've seen the two K-pop groups, Big Bang and Blackpink, and they were really fun.
Mm.
Let's see, let's see. I've seen Maroon 5 and they were pretty good. Justin
Yep, they
Timberlake I
are.
actually saw this year, and I know it's funny that he's gotten a lot of backlash recently, but one of the best production values I've ever seen for a concert was his concert I saw in Houston.
Mm, okay, I ain't mad at you. You just named some damn good groups. There's no question, or good musicians, as I say. Definitely, Justin. I've seen all of those except the K-pop. Haven't seen the K-pop, but I'm sure the K-pop was pretty popping off and pretty good. But
They're
John Legend,
fun.
oh my gosh, I can just imagine. I remember going to. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, where I went to school at the time, and there was a K-pop group performing. I think it was called
Mhm.
BTS. I think it was BTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that line was stupid long. It was just crazy long.
They're
People was
definitely one of the more
loud.
popular ones right now. I'd say them and Blackpink. There are a lot of groups that have become really popular in the last few years. I have a friend who keeps me updated on everything because I don't follow it as much as I did when I was in early college, but
Sure.
recently saw Blackpink a few weeks ago and they were fun in Chicago.
Okay.
Right out of college, I saw a couple of K-pop groups. I haven't been as deep in it as I used to be when I was a kid, but it's just more
Sure.
like having time to actually go to concerts anymore to be able to enjoy them.
Hello, I'm with you on that. No question about that. Adulting is hard,
It's
and no
very
question
hard.
about that. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Hmm. Being on the football squad at ESPN has made it very cool to be able to travel to a lot of cool places. So I'd say New Orleans is still one of my favorite cities I've ever visited. I also say I love Seattle. Like not all the like crazy parts
Mm,
of Seattle, but like there are some pretty cool places to explore in Seattle, and I really liked the area. I like the first of all, I love the football stadium in Seattle. It's probably my second favorite after Pittsburgh that I've gone to,
sure.
but I just love the stadium, the area around the stadium. There's just some really cool places to visit in Seattle, so that's definitely up there too.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to hit you up about Seattle. I've never been to that city before, but I would love to get some, like, some tips on where to go and stuff like that. That would be amazing if you could provide those. But you did say one of my favorite cities, which was New Orleans. Had a chance to go up there and do the Super Bowl this past year. It was
Yes.
my first time in New Orleans, and it was amazing. The food was amazing. Was
Hmm.
you there too? Was you there
I
too?
was.
Did you go to the media party?
I don't think so. I don't remember what I did, but I did not go to the media party.
Yeah, the media party was Tuesday night. So opening night was Monday night. I was there on the field Monday night,
Mm.
walking around with the players and going to different booths, and there was at least about so many media members. I was like, my goodness, it's like at least 6,000 of us on that
Wow.
field. That was crazy. It was crazy time. What do you remember about doing that Super Bowl that particular year? That's a memory that lasts with you.
Honestly, it's funny you asked that because last year was my second Super Bowl, so my first one was Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Las Vegas was tough because we were such a small team. And last year, our team was so much bigger to be able to handle all of our shows for the Super Bowl. So it's a lot more fun to actually go about with like our team and go out and like find a place to go get drinks or find a place to go out to dinner and actually
Yeah.
explore and do things as a group. Like I couldn't tell you all the places we went to eat, but I did not have a single bad meal when I was in New Orleans. I also love Chicago. That's another one of my favorite cities.
Mm-mm. I'm with you on that. Chicago, definitely. I was born there, so I definitely know about Chi-Town, no doubt about it. But when you said not a bad meal, there is no bad
No.
food. That jambalaya, that gumbo. I had chicken gumbo. I had jambalaya. Had alligator. The Cajun was good. Girl, everything was popping over there.
I
It
had
was so
alligator for
good.
the first time, and I was like, man, it really does taste like chicken. Like
It
when they
really
say it
does.
tastes like chicken, it does, and it's actually very good. Like I had alligator probably two, three times when I was there.
Absolutely, no question. And I will be in, they say it's the home of the San Francisco 49ers, but the stadium is actually closer to San Jose than it
Hmm.
is to San Francisco. So I will be there for this upcoming Super Bowl 60. So if
Cool.
you're there, we definitely we gotta do something together. That's for sure.
Love it.
Okay, that's what's up. Favorite, uh, I would say this is a sports question. Okay, so
Okay.
sports question. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV, favorite sport you like to watch in person. They could be the same sport.
Oh, can I have a tie?
Sure, go ahead.
I would say soccer and football. I can't say football and football, I guess.
Right,
My
right.
favorite sport I would have to say is soccer for sure. I accidentally fell in love with it during the 2006, 2008 World Cup. Can't remember where it was, but just happened to turn on the TV one morning in middle school, and I was like, you know what? Nothing else is on. Let me just watch some soccer. And I remember England playing. Just fell in love
Okay.
with soccer right after watching like David Beckham, and who else was on the team back then? David Beckham.
Don't
There's a
get
lot
me
of the
lying to you.
a lot of the Man U players I remember being on that team, but I just fell in love with it then, and after that, I just fell in love with like the MLS and following U.S. soccer and the women's team. Like the women's team is just always dominant. Like how can you not love them? But even
Right.
this year during the CONCACAF tournament, USA came second to Mexico, and they looked promising. So I love both of them. I would say I love watching. I haven't ever gone to like a live soccer match. So that's on my bucket list, especially with the World Cup being in the US or North
You and me
America
both.
coming up.
You and me
So
both.
I got to make
Yes.
that work at some point is getting to one of those World Cup games. But
Hmm.
I also grew up loving football. So like I I get made fun of on my team for liking a lot of football teams because like I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, so don't come at me with that because it is what it is. It is what it is. It's like you as a Cowboys fan, you love them and hate them as much as you love them as much as you can hate them sometimes. But I'm a Cowboys fan. Obviously grew up here in Indiana, loving the Colts too. Love Peyton Manning.
Right.
Um, my brother, he's a big fan of Jacksonville, so I root for Jacksonville. I
Okay.
love the Buffalo Bills. I love Josh Allen. He's one of my favorite athletes. So yeah,
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at now. So I like
that's
that. That's
right.
what's up. Hmm. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, Dallas is an accident waiting to happen in the words of Stephen A. Smith. No question about it. And boy, they don't disappoint when it comes to the headlines though. Whew, that was
I can.
such a headline they dropped yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Don't even get me started. It's funny though, like the reason I became a Cowboys fan was I had a crush on a boy when I was 10 and he was looking at this NFL book and it had all the logos on it. He's like, "Oh, what team
Mhm.
do you like?" And I was like, "I don't know what none of this is." And I'm just like, "The Star, that team." He's like, "The Cowboys, that's a great team." And I was like, "Look at God. He was helping me."
All because of a boy
Yeah.
is why you started liking the Cowboys. I
And
love that.
I don't even like that. I didn't even like that guy after that year. Cause like the summer happens and then your crush fades away and you get a new crush the next year. But I was like, nah, we staying with the Cowboys, ride or die now.
I like that. I like that. Stand 10 toes down. That's what's
That's right.
up. Um, last of the favorites.
Mhm,
Because I will be coming back to Indiana because it's one of my favorite cities to come to. No question about that. Huge, huge into sports, and I love the culture. Still got to go see the Indianapolis 500 as well.
mhm.
Favorite place that you like to eat out at in Indiana?
Here's the thing, right? So I lived in
Hmm.
Bloomington for like 8 years. And there on 4th Street in Bloomington, you have all of these like multicultural like restaurants. So
Hmm.
it's hard to pick one because there's great Thai food, there's great Korean food, there's a lot of Asian fusion places. So I don't think I could give you a favorite, but like if you're I'm sure as you've been in Indy, Cafe Patachou is a must. Love that.
Oh, without question, that's a great
St.
spot.
Elmo's is a must. Harry and
Ooh,
Izzy's is
another
a
great spot.
must.
Say what? What's that?
Harry
What's the last one you said?
Harry and Izzy's and St. Elmo's
Mm-mm.
are like siblings, cousins, if you will. They're owned, I
Mm.
think, by the same people.
Okay.
So if you're in Indy, if you're gonna go to like some of the more touristy places, definitely, St. Elmo's, Harry and Izzy's, Cafe Patachou. Um, but here in Evansville, I wouldn't say there's as many cool places to go, but there are some cool places to go, like on Main Street that are like some Korean food places. A lot
Mm.
of cool ramen places have been popping up here. There's a restaurant here in Evansville, Indiana called Second Language that my niece and I absolutely love.
Okay. Okay, so obviously, when I come back to Indy, which I'm going to come back to the combine, so it's
Hmm.
almost a guarantee next March, no question. I'm going to come back for that. I definitely, if you're in town, because with you being in sports, you all over the place.
I'm
If you're in
everywhere.
town,
If there's football, I'm there.
right, and but by that time, football season would just be a little bit with the combine. But I have to say what's up to you. That's the main thing. If you're in town, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, that's what's up. I love that. let's talk about your day to day. Because we talked about being all around and being a production coordinator. You're traveling all the time, going to different places behind the scenes. No 2 days are ever the same. No 2 weekends are ever the same. Talk to me about your day to day process of doing things. Does a production coordinator do? When do you start? When do you end? Stuff like that.
So on our team, we all kind of have different roles on like what we do. So my day to day, I feel like changes the most on our team because so we have someone who's in charge of like transportation and things like that, and making sure like we know where we're going when we're at the stadium, where we can park, and getting people to and from where they need to go.
Right.
We have people who are in charge of like food and things like that. We have people like, and then we have each week we have like our main two or three like full-time PCs who come and do a lot of like our computer work, things that are like, discussed between like director, producer, our talent, things like that. My day to day is, I fly in Saturday, sometimes Friday for West Coast. And if it's a West Coast game, we get to fly in and just kind of chill, like get acclimated to the change in time and just rest. And then on Saturday, typically my job is to set up our meeting spaces for our talent and our VIPs in our hotels we have for them and create a game viewing, if you will. So like we'll set up TVs for them to be able to watch the games, do their notes for our show the next day, and it helps too because we try to watch games ahead for the next week,
Sure.
so that we are prepared for, games to come and
Absolutely.
talking points. Oh no, we got lost. We got disconnected again.
All right. Oh, did we lose it? Might have. Let me see. Might have.
There it is. I'm sorry.
Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going on, but you know what? I'm rocking with you. I'm here with you again. You said you fly out to the West Coast, and then after that, you said you chill, and then we literally went off. That's it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, the day-to-day changes. So again, people are in charge of different things in our group. So like some people are in charge of like our shopping and food. Some people are in charge of like transportation and our schedules. We have people who do a lot of like computer work where it's talking between like our directors, VIPs, stuff like that. My day to day is a little weird because each day I'm doing something different. So, like, I will fly in on Friday, Saturday, depends on where we are in the country. But Saturday, typically, I would show up, gather all the things I need for like our meeting spaces and our hotels for our VIPs and our talent. For
Right.
them to be able to work on Sunday, I'll set up like TVs for them to watch like the sports so they can be prepped for the weeks to come and talking points as well. So we'll
Okay.
watch some of those football games and um, they'll be able to like work together, work on notes, work on talking points, talk about graphics, this, that, and the other. And then Sunday is obviously not Sunday, excuse me. Sunday is when we do that. Saturday, um, it's when we fly in, set up. Sunday is when they have their work day in the meeting space. Monday, game day, usually waking up really early on the West Coast. And we'll have our morning meeting and talk about the opening of the shows, a lot what that meeting is
Okay.
about. And then after that, we'll go to site, get prepped, get things to where they need to be, whether it be the the booth where our talent are, or on the field where our talent might be as well.
Right.
And it's just after that, it's once we're all together at the stadium, things kind of like become a little more cohesive, and we're able to be like, okay, this is what I got right now, this is what you got right now, how can I help you? Um, but what's nice about this year is all the team is coming back. There's going to be nobody new, nobody who doesn't know what we've done and been doing. So I think this year is probably going to be even better than last year.
I love that. So what you're explaining is you do the Monday
Hmm.
night football game, and do that.
Yes.
Do you only do NFL, or do you do other? Well, obviously you do other sports, but do you
Hmm.
sometimes have to combine the sports? Meaning, like, do you do like two maybe in one week?
Not typically. Some of my colleagues do. Like I have a colleague who does first take sometimes and then flies in to do football. She's very busy. She's amazing. But I do multiple sports. At this point, I've done football mostly, mainly it's football. And then this year I got to do softball for the ACC championship,
Hmm,
which is really cool this
okay.
year. I was like, ooh,
Okay.
I would love doing this again. So I got to do softball for the first time, and I've done two NBA finals now. And am I forgetting something? NBA finals,
Wow.
softball, football, yeah.
I love that. I do. Now, have you ever had a desire to go in front of the camera? Obviously, in my opinion, I think you have the face for it and the personality for it. No question about
Thanks.
that. But you're very welcome. Just being honest. But there's a lot of people that I talk to on my platform that's producers and work in production that says they have no interest in doing that. And then there's some that says that they do. What are you?
I think it'd be fun. I'm never one to say no to doing. I feel like so. I think I would enjoy doing the things like Michelle Beisner Buck does. She does a lot of features, and
Yep.
I would love to talk to players individually about their stories because I think that comes from my psych background. It's like getting to know people, and I love that she gets to go and do these really cool feature reports on. And I'm like, oh, some of them like really bring you to tears, and they're really meaningful. I would
Yeah.
love to do something like that. I think that'd be fun, or even doing something like not even so serious about football, kind of like the Manning cast. I think those are fun. Because I'm not going to sit there and try to remember all your stats. I'm going to be like, you're good and fun to watch. You're good and fun to watch. Like, I want to talk about the things that make watching sports fun. Like, I don't really
Absolutely.
care. I really do not care about the stats. Like, the stats are great. I'm not going to remember that about you. I'm going to be thinking about this, Saquon Barkley doing the backwards hurdle. Like, we're never
Yep.
going to forget something like that.
Right.
Those are the talking points. Those are the things that you're going to remember for years to come. The stats are cool. The stats are great. They're going to put you in the Hall of Fame someday, but I'm going to remember you for the cool stuff you did on the field.
Absolutely. I love that. I wanna ask this next question because I think it's a very important one to ask, and that's about mental health and work life balance. Sheree, in this industry of sports and journalism, me being a sports journalist, you being production coordinators, um, we deal with people that sometimes have mental health breakdowns because this industry is nights and weekends. Its sports is unpredictable as far as time.
Hmm.
Sometimes you can have long days, and sometimes you can be going for a long time as far as no breaks, as far as no vacations. But you miss out on things. You miss time with family, miss time with
Hmm.
friends, and you miss out on events. And all those things happen. Plus, you hear words like burnout
Hmm.
and overworked being said a lot in our industry. Talk to me about how you keep your mental health strong and avoid those, but also still have that work life balance because you seem like a
Right.
wonderful woman to be around. Obviously, I certainly wouldn't mind being around you. I think your friends would say the same thing. I don't think that's breaking news, but you also seem very dedicated to your job,
Yeah.
which you should be, and very good at it. So, talk to me about the balance of those two.
I think you really got to love what you do to do this kind of job. Obviously, you said as a journalist, we're going and doing all the time. It's sometimes nonstop. Like, there'll be like all of June. I worked from the beginning of June until June 23rd. That's 23 days in a row that I was working, and it's tough. But do I
Yeah.
love it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it to death. But I'm also very lucky that, during the football season, our full-time staff, like, they don't really get a day off. That's like 6, 7 months they're working nonstop. And at least me is in my position of like, remote recurring, I do work 3.5 days nonstop, and I do a little work in between, but I have a little bit of time to be able to take a breather and relax for like a day or two.
Mm,
Now, when I was still working in the psych field and doing this job, I only had one day off a week, if that. And that's the day I did all my laundry, errands, and repack. So would you call it a day off? Probably not. But I think what's really nice about our team is how much it feels like a family.
right.
So you have people who have your back that, if you're having a bad day, you can vent. If you need a moment to step aside, they stand up for you and they take you for a second. They take on your spot and your role. And I think that makes it easier on the job to be able to handle the things that come with it, is being able to build strong bonds within it. because we're on the road for 6, 7 months of the year, and it's tough to be away from your family and your loved ones, and you have to explain, like, I'm going to be gone for Christmas. We got to fit Christmas in 24 hours because I have to leave the next day after that.
Right.
Which has happened before. Like, I think it was last year before last where we had a game on Christmas.
Well, the Texans in Baltimore played on. It was two games. It was Pittsburgh and Kansas City football, and
Hmm.
then Texans and Baltimore. I
Yeah,
remember the Beyonce halftime performance on
that
ESPN.
that
So, yeah,
it was awesome. Yeah, so it's one of those things where you are sacrificing a lot, but if you have people who understand the sacrifice and are behind you with the sacrifice, it makes it easier to do this job. Having the right people supporting you makes a big difference. And again, as someone with a background in psychology and working in that field for almost 8 years, like you have to be mindful of the people around you and like even catching up, like, okay, that person over there is having a moment, let's check in on them, see if they need to take a break, take over for them. It's like
right.
be having the awareness of the people around you, which again, it's beneficial to have the same people come back each year on your team because you know what works for them, you know what doesn't work for them, and just having each other's back, it makes a difference having like a work family.
Oh, it does, no question. The more camaraderie that you build as a team, the better the atmosphere is. The
Hmm.
better you want to go to work. The better that you don't even call it work when you go to it. It's just a spot to where, okay, you just happen to get paid for something that you really, really love to do and people that you love to be around. But it's a great question to ask because there's a lot
Hmm.
of people that have jobs out here that they don't love.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that sometimes have a misconception of this industry, right? It's really fun to do sports. It's really fun to be on the field. It's really fun to
Right.
cover games and talk to athletes and all this, that, and the third. But people don't know the in-depthness that you have to do to execute your job. As a sports journalist myself, or as a production coordinator like you, people just don't know unless you talk to that individual. They only see what they see. And you are behind the scenes. That's your job. Your job is really
Hmm.
behind the scenes preparing things. But people don't know what goes all into that unless they talk to Sharee about it or they talk to one of
Hmm.
your colleagues about it. And that's why I like having this platform because you get to learn. So the misconceptions goes out the way, and the narratives of what this job may look like can go out the way as well because now you're
Right.
hearing it from somebody that's doing it.
Hmm.
So that's what I love to do. But it's a great segue to this question, which is advice. What is some advice that you would give someone that wants to be in um, this media space as production?
Again, you gotta really know what you're sacrificing to do this. You
Hmm.
could be sacrificing relationships, you could be sacrificing personal time, you could be sacrificing a lot to do this, but you gotta again surround yourself with people who are going to celebrate you and help you
Right.
get through it all because I love it. Again, I wouldn't trade this for anything. I get to do. I always knew, even as a kid, I never wanted to work traditionally behind a desk. So it's really cool to be able to travel and work. But
You
it
and me
gets
both.
it gets tiring. Like you don't want to get on a plane twice a week, every week for 7 weeks, 7 months, But again, it's worth the sacrifice to do it. But advice, yeah, know 100% your heart. This is what you want to do. Like coming into like it was weird when I went to the psych field. I knew I didn't want to be in it. I did it because honestly, I was a coward and I thought it was going to be easy, and it was. To me, it was easy. I'm very grateful to have it. It's honestly like again a blessing in disguise having that degree because it's very easy to like interact with people, kind of knowing how to behave and work around people with different personalities because of my background. But
Sure.
it's still hard doing this because there's so much and the days are long and your feet hurt and you're tired and you're hungry and you're going to bed with your uncrustable for dinner. Um, but on I mean, I'm not joking. Sometimes you're going to bed and your dinner's an uncrustable because I mean you're
I
getting
know
off at
exactly.
2 a.m.
I know
You have your
exactly what the
Diet
hell you're
Coke and an
talking about.
uncrustable.
Yes, yes, I know
But
what you're talking about.
sometimes breakfast really is just a cup of coffee and you're gone for the day. You got to get
Hmm.
everything done.
Hmm.
So if you know that you can work well with people and work in groups and work in a team, work in a time crunch, because that's what this whole industry is. You got to get everything done at a certain time If you think you can do that and it's your passion, it's not going to be hard to do.
I love that. I don't know if you're familiar with Ming Entertainment, Ming, Ming Entertainment,
Mm.
but they do ESPN productions, ABC productions, and they do games. And that was the first time I literally did a production for ESPN. I did the Chick-fil-A kickoff. It was a few years ago, and I
Hmm.
saw behind the scenes of what people go through production wise, and it's a lot. It's a lot that they go through, no question about it. Like you kind of have it in your mind that they go through it, but until you up close and personal, you really have no idea of what's going on. And I remember getting off. I remember coming to the stadium at 4. The game was at 7, um, and we didn't get out of there till about maybe 11. No, sorry, maybe like 1 or 2, because
Hmm.
not the game ends about 10, and then now you breaking down for a few hours, and then you got to break down the stuff.
And what if you have a post show, right? Then you got to wait for the
Right.
post show to be done.
Hmm.
And we always are, we never, we are always like, please no overtime, please no overtime. And I remember we had an overtime game in Jacksonville year before last, and we were not leaving the stadium until 2 a.m. And we had to drive an hour back to the hotel. So it was 3 a.m. when we were getting back.
Right.
That was one of the longest, that was probably the second longest day I had until Super Bowl in Vegas, which was like a 21-hour day.
And I totally understand that. And when you talk about Uncrustables, they literally do put that purple bag of Uncrustables right there, and you are getting that Uncrustable. That's for sure. I totally understand that.
Dinner and breakfast. Like you
Yeah,
can't beat it.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's up. But again, this is a very satisfying industry. This is the industry that if you love with all of your heart, this is what you would do. And the sacrifices that you talk about making, this is what you would make. But people got to be able to know what they're going to be enduring.
Mhm.
And people don't know that unless they
It's not
talk
as
to the
glamorous
individual.
as people think it is. Like I got
It's
bags under
not.
my eyes from this industry, but hey, I'm proud of them.
No doubt. And that, but that's some really, really, really great advice. And I really do love that you stated that because, like I said, people got to know. They just have to know. So we have reached a portion of my podcast now that we are going to do a little game called This or That. It's
Mm.
basically a game that I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And it's really simple, Sheree. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, Sheree, are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, okay. That wasn't very confident, but we're gonna roll with that. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. Out of these two restaurants,
Ooh,
which restaurant would you rather eat at? KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Girl, you on point like a period. That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
those biscuits, but everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, you right about that. The fries. I'll go for the fries, girl. That's what I'm doing. The Cajun fries. Okay, here we go.
Hmm.
When it comes to chicken wings, which flavor would you rather put on the wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Oh man. See, I would say lemon pepper, but if you got a good barbecue, then barbecue. But like I'm very, very picky with my barbecue sauces. So, but you can't go wrong with lemon pepper. So I'd say lemon pepper.
Okay. And I totally understand that. I'm a sweet baby Ray's guy. Don't know if that's you, but I
Oh,
like my.
no, no. Least favorite.
Wow.
Least
Okay.
favorite.
Put me up on game. Put me up on game. What barbecue sauce is good?
So my favorite one, and this is gonna get really sciencey, okay? My favorite one is actually made here locally in Evansville called Oink and Squeal. They were my favorite barbecue sauce until unfortunately they had to change their manufacturer and that some of their ingredients got changed. So it's not the same anymore. But if oh, there's a barbecue sauce in a restaurant in Kansas City, and I'm blanking really hard on what it's called.
Okay.
Um Q39, their barbecue sauce is really, really good. Kansas City barbecue,
Mm.
Q39, love their barbecue sauce. One of my new favorites.
Okay. Next time I go out to Kansas City, I'm definitely going to try some sauce on Q39. I've been out there before, but next time I go out, I'm definitely going to do that. Okay. Do you like your wings wet or dry?
What?
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
I like both, but I prefer bone in.
So you like to get a little messy.
Hmm.
That's the type of friend I need, Sheree. I need a friend like you. That's what's up. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, girl. You can have lemon pepper. I can have barbecue. It works out for the both of us. And I love me some bone-in wings. That's what's up. Okay. These next four questions have to do with music concerts you rather
Mm,
attend. Okay. So here
okay.
we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Beyonce or Rihanna? I know.
Oh
I know.
no. The
I
production
know.
value for Beyonce shows are so cool and I'd love to go to one,
Mhm.
but I think I'd still pick Rihanna. Oh, that's really hard. I think I'd say Rihanna.
I know it. They only going to get tougher. They only going
Ah,
to get tougher. Here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Monica or Brandy?
Brandy. I think Brandy. I was always a Brandy girl.
Okay, okay. Got you on that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see SZA or Megan Thee Stallion? I told you they're going to get hard.
Oh man, I think I gotta see Meg.
Okay, okay. Listen, I told you that they're going to
That's
get
so
hard.
hard.
I know. I
I love
listen.
both of them.
Hey, listen, I'm an upfront dude, Cherie. Listen, I put my stuff on the table and I let you decide what you want. That's what it is. Okay, so here we go. Last one of the music. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather see Chris Brown or Usher?
I think I'd have to say Usher because he was like my first crush ever.
Okay, you
Getting to
got
see
some
him
good.
at the Super Bowl was really cool though.
Yeah, absolutely. You got some good music taste. That's pretty good. I would say so. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Baseball or hockey?
Baseball. I'm not really big into hockey. It's funnily enough, it's always on at the gym when I'm there. And I
Hmm.
put it on there just to have in the background because I like having something live that's going on helps me not realize I'm on the treadmill and dying. Um, but I definitely say baseball. I'm a Reds fan.
Okay. God bless your heart for being that. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna tell you on that one.
This
Which
family
sport
loves
would?
Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh, no, he's one of my favorite players. I'm
He's
gonna
so
say
fun
that.
to watch.
One of my favorite for sure. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Oh, I like both actually. That one's hard to say. I think it's more accessible bowling in my area than badminton, but I enjoy both. I'd say bowling though.
Okay. Are you a good bowler?
No, not at all.
Do you
I've won
need
a couple times, but not very often.
do you need the bumpers?
No,
Okay,
if I
then
really
that's
want to
good.
win, yes, but like I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. I'm somewhere in the middle. I can get 100
Okay.
game every once in a while.
Okay, well, I mean that's good. As long as you don't need the bumpers, because then yeah, you would have to play on the kiddie lanes. So that's for
Not since
sure.
I was 7.
Okay, well then, all right. Well, we know I ain't even gonna touch that because I don't know how long ago that was. So that's all right. That's okay. But I'll ask this: do you like desserts?
Hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. Okay. So here we go. First category is cookies. The next category is cake slash pies. The third category is candy. The last
Mm,
category is ice cream. Which
okay,
one are you getting rid of?
cake. I don't like a lot of cakes, so cake is easy to get rid of.
Okay. What is your
Like I
favorite ice
despise.
cream?
Oh, that's hard. There's a place in San Francisco I think called Salt and Stone or Palo Alto. It's in that area, and they have an amazing like any place that has like a lavender ice cream, so good. But if that's not readily available, I love strawberry ice cream
Wow,
and vanilla.
strawberry.
Vanilla and
Hmm.
strawberry, can't go wrong with those. But if there's a lavender available, lavender.
So as a kid, you was the one that was very happy when Mama bought the Neapolitan ice cream
Yeah, I just
because you
didn't
got
touch
both flavors.
chocolate.
You just didn't
Nope.
touch the chocolate. Okay. Okay, got you. Say less. All right.
I'm a weirdo. I don't like chocolate cake and I don't like chocolate ice cream. It's weird that I do like adding like hot fudge to vanilla, but I can control the amount of chocolate in it.
Sure. And listen, you are not aware of, you're far from that because I don't like chocolate ice cream.
It's gross.
Now
Too
the
rich.
the chocolate cake, I mean, yeah, that's a little peculiar, but other than that, but that's okay. That's all right. Listen, that just there's many wonderful things about you, Cherie. Beautiful, talented,
Thanks.
hardworking, all the above, but you can't be perfect, damn it. So, and no one is. So it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
the
okay.
disdain for chocolate cake. People are like, "Who are you? Like, how do you hate that?" It's
Right.
like, it's just too rich.
Right. You know, so that's okay. You just can't. It's all right. Um, Potato chips. Do you like those?
Yeah.
Okay, so same format. I'm gonna name four brands. You have to choose one of these brands. You'll never eat again. So here's the brands. The first one is Lay's. The next one is Doritos. The next one is Ruffles. The last one is Pringles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Pringles. Get rid of them.
Okay. Now you don't
I don't
have
really
to
like
pick from.
those.
You don't like Pringles?
No, not really. Like, I'll eat them if they're the only choice I have, but out of those four, Pringles isn't easy to get rid of. Like, throw those away.
Okay, so you don't have to pick between the other three.
Okay.
But what is your favorite potato chip?
Cheddar sour cream, I think.
You have just definitely won my heart. I'm blushing now, but you can't tell. You can't tell because of the pigmentation, but I'm definitely blushing because that is my favorite chip. It's actually Ruffles sour cream and cheddar.
hmm
That's my favorite potato chip. So yes, definitely down with you. Okay, that's what's up. Got some good taste, and you did very well on this or that, except the chocolate cake. But other than that, that's fine. You did
Can't be a
well.
10 out of 10 every time.
You know, it's hard to do. I know. I'm not. I take 4 out of 7. Yeah, I'll take 4 out of 7. Listen, we got 7 days in a week. I'll take majority. 4 out of 7. If I can be good that day, then we good. That's all I say. I love asking this next question because this is called bucket list.
Okay.
And I want you to give me a top 4 of bucket list events or stories that you would like to do in your career that you haven't done yet.
In my career, I'd love to
Hmm.
win an Emmy someday. That'd be
Hmm.
amazing. Um, I would love to be a reporter, like a feature reporter someday. That'd be really cool. Will it happen? I don't know. I'd love it.
Okay.
Um, Being able to go to a World Cup, whether it be as a attendee or working, that'd be incredible. And same for the Olympics. That'd be pretty cool to experience someday. I'd love to go to one of those, but preferably here in like North America somewhere.
Well, yeah, with the Olympics coming here in 28, that should be
hmm
amazing, no question. And also the World Cup coming here next year, that should be amazing too. So you got some really great events. I do hope you do win an Emmy, and do a feature story. I think that'd be amazing. Let's talk about your cinematic pause podcast because obviously you're on my podcast here, Work Hard, Play Harder. And I love to do that in life too, Cherie, because I
hmm
love people and I love going hard. I love going ham or whatever acronym you want to use. I turn up. That's what we do. Now, talk to me about your podcast and the origins behind it. I know you co host it because you
hmm
also have another host on there as well. Um, Talk to me about what do you talk about? Do you have guests on there? How many times do you podcast a week? How long does it normally go?
So the inception and idea for this podcast actually came during COVID. So obviously we were all indoors during COVID, and
Yep.
my friend Audrey, who's the co-host of Cinematic Pulse, she we used to get online and play Minecraft for hours and just yap at each other. And we love movies and books, so it actually just naturally we talk about all the movies we love, like Harry Potter or like the MCU and things like that. And we're like, oh, I love this about it, the writing and the characters and the symbolism, these metaphors and all this other stuff. And we're like, we talk for hours about this. Why don't we just make a podcast about it? And then finally it we put it into fruition. I learned how to do audio editing in school, so it became something we started to do. Let's see, our inception was it was during the NFL Combine, so it wasn't last year, but the year before that we started the podcast. It was February, March of we're in 2025, so 2023. And we did, I guess you could say we've had two seasons, and we've been on a hiatus since early this year,
Hmm.
for a lot of personal and life reasons on each side. Um, but we are rearing up. You're going to be the first one to know. We're trying to come back sometime here in the fall. We were just discussing this yesterday about, the time we want to come in, how we want to do it. We used to do a show a week, but that was killing us. With me working on the road, I was like, I can't, I just don't have the energy to, one, watch a movie, make notes, podcast it, and then edit it. It was just doing a lot to me. So I think we're going to push it down to like two episodes per month. And I think we're gonna try to like have it actually scheduled out so we're not wearing ourselves out.
Sure.
But yeah, so we're gonna do season three coming soon, hopefully this fall.
I would love that. I definitely will have to tune in and watch. Obviously, I would support your podcast by watching. And I don't know if
Thanks.
you have I don't know if you have guests on there, but if you ever do, I would love to be a guest of yours. Because again, I love to support that way as well. I love supporting all different kind of podcasts for sure. But it sounds like a pretty good podcast to have.
Yeah, we hope to have guests someday. We're wanting to eventually move over to YouTube.
Sure.
That would definitely require me to get a better computer because mine is on its last legs, but we're hoping to eventually in the next year or so move over to the YouTube kind of time frame to get like an actual like face to the audio we have and be able to like
Hmm.
spread it a little more. Because right now we do have like a couple hundred people and probably, we do have some dedicated listeners, which is awesome. We love getting suggestions from people about movies we should watch. We get some really odd ones out there too. We're like, I don't think we're gonna do that movie, but
Hmm.
you stay persistent because someday we might. It took us a while to do um oh, what's the Halloween movie everyone loves with the witches?
Are you talking about with Bette Midler and all them?
Yeah, I don't know why it's escaping my brain
Hocus
right now.
Pocus. Hocus
Hocus
Pocus.
Pocus. Yes, we had
Hmm.
one of my friends was like, "Please, I'm begging you to do Hocus Pocus," and we finally did that one last year. So yeah, if you're persistent, we might do that movie.
Absolutely. That's what's up. I love that. Now, fun fact before I get to this next question, please don't judge me, but I have yet to see any Harry Potter movie.
You wouldn't be the
Yeah.
only one. My father has never seen them. I'm like, how can I be your kid? But okay. Like this is the man who made me fall in love with reading and like got me a dictionary so I could learn words in these
Hmm.
books. Never read them, never watched them. Can't,
Shout out.
it's
Oh,
not
man.
everyone's cup of tea.
You know what? And see, I don't even know if it is my cup of tea. I don't know if it's black, green, or regular tea. I don't know what tea it is because I haven't even experienced it yet. But shout out to your dad for not letting me be the only one that hasn't watched Harry Potter. I love that. I do. This next question has to do with advice. We talked about advice you would give, but what is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Hmm. Again, actually, the reason I went back to school and got my degree in media was a friend who was like, "Hey, you gotta dream bigger and do bigger for yourself." It's the same advice my brother Aaron gave me, where he's like, "You can't let life and people and family hold you back from doing what you're meant to do."
Right.
And as hard as it was to like put my own family on the back burner and be like, "Listen, I need y'all to be more independent so I can go do my own independent things." Um, just having a friend that's like having family and friend who are honest with you about like, hey, stop holding yourself back because you're
Right.
holding yourself back. You are using your family as a crutch to not do the scary things in your life. So it's basically being told do the scary things. Being told to do the scary things and get out of your comfort zone is like the best advice I've gotten from a dear friend of mine named Danielle and my brother.
Mm, I like that. That's great advice. Great advice. I want to get you out of here on this last two, and one of them is going to be rapid fire. So basically, what I like to do with all my guests here is ask questions, and you just shout out the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, so the first thing
Okay.
that comes to your mind. So here we go: pancakes or waffles?
Waffles, pancakes suck.
Oh, okay. Red or blue?
Blue,
Okay, juice or soda?
juice.
Chicken or ribs?
If it's my mama's chicken, I'd say chicken.
Favorite Netflix TV show?
I'd say Arcane. It's animated series, and like if anyone knows me, I love animated films because like you're only stopped by technology in your imagination when it comes to animated films. So that's why I think it's one of my favorite mediums.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Favorite alcoholic drink?
Tequila.
Mm, that's good right there. I like that. I like that. Um, Favorite sandwich?
Favorite sandwich. Classic BLT. That's been my obsession for the last year, BLTs.
I love that. Favorite board game?
Trivia Pursuit.
Say what?
Trivia Pursuit? Have you
Who is
never
that?
played Trivia Pursuit? It's a family staple. Oh my gosh, that game's been around forever, years, just
Mm.
decades. It's just a trivia
Wow.
game.
Yeah, I've been living under a rock apparently, Cherie. But that's okay. I'm gonna come up out under that and try to check that out for sure. Favorite card game?
I love classic Rummy, but I also love Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, that's a classic game, Cards Against Humanity. Rummy is good too, though. Rummy is good. I'm a spades player. I like spades, but
Hmm.
I actually go with this next one: dominoes or spades for you.
Spades.
Okay. If you had a choice to choose three people to bring with you on vacation, who would those three people be, and where would you go? Now, Cherie, before you answer, you can choose family, friends, or celebrities.
I would take my mom because that poor woman hasn't had a vacation in forever, and I think she'd really enjoy just relaxing somewhere.
Okay.
Um, oh man, how do I pick anyone else? How do I pick just one or two friends? Okay, I'm gonna pick my mom. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
pick her favorite athlete, Simone Biles. I
Okay.
always joke around and say that Simone Biles is her real daughter because I'm like, you just love her so much. You praise her. I'm like, where do I get all this praise? She's like, stop it, Sheree. Don't say that. You know I love you. So my mom, Simone Biles, and my dad.
Okay.
Give my parents a vacation and let Simone Biles come and like hang with us.
That's what's up. Now, where would you go?
Oh man, somewhere warm and a nice beach. Anywhere.
Are we talking about what about Brazil? Something like that.
For my mom's sake, I would go nowhere we would have to fly. She hates flying. So somewhere in the continental US with nice beaches.
Oh, well, see, if you in Indiana, I mean, Chicago is ain't nothing but a nice, easy drive. So,
And we've been there.
yeah,
Like we went on vacation when I was as a family, we went up to Lake Michigan. I remember that as a kid. So that was fun. Maybe we do that
that's
again.
that's exactly the place I was thinking. Now, if you had a choice to choose between three artists or three songs and you can listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Oh my God. I don't think I could ever get tired of listening to Kendrick Lamar because I think he's just such a smart rapper and a smart
Mm.
artist in general. I think he's probably my favorite rap artist. So I'd say Kendrick Lamar. I don't think, but picking a song.
No, no, no.
Ugh.
You pick the artist. You can pick the artist or
Okay,
song.
Kendrick Lamar. I don't think I could
Yep.
ever get bored of listening to like he's just so smart, man. Like in dissecting his. I could sit there and just dissect his music for days. So I'd say Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Um, I love Green Day, rock band.
Okay. Absolutely.
Love, love, love. Would That's on my bucket list. See them in concert someday. I love Green Day. One more. I oof. I will say because I think she has a lot of vocally interesting songs is Ariana Grande.
Yeah. Mm.
I think especially in recent years because she's taken over her music a little more personally and just see like listening to her layer her voice into music is just so first it's so conceptually great and it's just so pleasing to the ears where I don't think you
Right.
get that a lot with musical artists. It's just how much she plays with her own vocals. It's really I'd say those three I could listen to forever.
No, no doubt about it. Seeing Kendrick at the Super Bowl this past year was absolutely amazing. That was so
Life
dope.
changing. Life
especially with
changing.
Sam Jackson coming out. I was like, wow, that's crazy, yo. I would
I
love
remember my
that.
mom messaging me after. She's like, "Was that Sam Jackson? Am I losing it?" I was like, "No, it was Sam."
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And I love the fact you said Green Day. They are so to me. I don't know if a lot of people mention them. To me, they're underrated. They're so good. Their American Idiot album, or
Oh,
is it?
my favorite
Oh,
album.
without question. I mean, Boulevard of Broken Dreams is probably one of my favorite songs of theirs.
Like
I
that
love it.
album is my favorite album of all time. Nobody's albums
Mm.
come like compared to me because I love concept albums. So like The Weeknd's, was it After Hours album? Also
It was.
incredible.
Yep.
Linkin Park has a really good concept album called, is it A Thousand Suns? Was that
Is
the
that the one
concept
with
album?
Numb on it? Is that the one with Numb? Numb on that album with Linkin
I
Park?
don't think that one was Numb, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
they like I love concept albums and that I was 13, I think, when American Idiot came out, and my mom so badly did not want me to buy the album because it had explicit on it. She's like, Sheree, this is gonna talk about women's drugs and sex. She's like, I don't know about this. I was like, you grew up listening to Kiss. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Are you
Right.
kidding me right now? You grew up listening to all these rock bands and you're gonna say I
Right.
can't listen to Green Day? She's like, fine. And the rest is history. It's easily my favorite album. I probably listen to it at least all the way through multiple times a year. And then this year, their Coachella set, man, did I wish I was at Coachella to see it. But I watched it
Yeah.
online. I was like, I have to go someday. I gotta be there.
That is definitely a bucket list of mine too, seeing them in person. I can see them do the Boulevard song, Time of Your Life, which is
Hmm.
another great song of theirs. They have so many. I mean,
So
he
many.
just really
Timeless,
good.
man.
Ariana Grande is definitely a good choice as well. Obviously, she was amazing in Wicked. Cannot wait when Wicked
Yeah,
2 comes out.
me too.
Because I'm a huge musical person. But anytime she also did things with The Weeknd,
Hmm.
that's also some great songs that they put together as well.
I wish they would do
Um,
an album. We deserve it, right?
we definitely deserve them two doing an album together. No question about it. I love the way you're thinking right now. Last of the rapid fire. And this is if they came to you and said, Sheree, you are one of the best production coordinators in the game, but the genre that you're producing, we have to change it. You can no
Hmm.
longer do sports. Which genre would you choose out of these three? Would it be news? Would it be travel? Or would it be entertainment?
I feel like news is so important nowadays because of how jumbled and messed up it is.
Yep.
And I feel like I actually really enjoyed when we did newscast in college. That was one of my favorite classes when we actually put together and filmed our own broadcast that would then go on like the Instagram for like the media school. I really
Hmm.
loved doing that. And I the only news I'll watch on TV anymore is our local news. Every other news I consume, I have to read because I'm just so tired of like the biased sides of the news, whether you lean left or lean right. You can't deny that both sides are biased and trying to make you feel a certain way. And I'd love to just report on like what the news is, like the nitty-gritty of it. Don't care if you like it or not, just to tell the news as it is. And I feel like we have so few people who actually tell the news as it is. I think it's important for like the integrity of reporters to continue to do what they do, despite being, the backlash, despite the hate. Like to just report the news as is so hard to do nowadays, and I really respect people who do. So if I were had to change genres and make a difference in it, I'd say the news.
Well said. Well said and very respected. No doubt about that. I absolutely agree 1000% with what you said. Um, this has been a really, really dope conversation, Cherie, of just learning about your background, learn about you growing up in Indiana, having not only a psych degree, but a media degree from Indiana University, also being a production coordinator in football, but working in different sports as softball and NBA, plus the Super Bowl. Cannot believe I missed you at the Super Bowl. Jesus. But that's okay. That's awesome. I didn't miss you here. And this is great to be able to get to know you and your why of why you do what you do and who you are. I'm a new fan of yours and I will continue following you and your journey. And my last question to you is there anything else that you would like to add about the job, yourself, or anything at all before we conclude?
I mean, I guess I'll say again, like, I love what I do, and like again, if you want to go into this field, it is tough, but it's very rewarding, especially if you love it, that you're like, man, like I wake up and I think every day I get to do what I love, and not a lot of people get to say that. So I'll give
Mhm.
the advice to general, like wake up, love what you do, and if you don't, change it.
Enough said on that. I like that. Well, Sharee, I want you to enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon and weekend. You and I will most certainly be in touch, and I look forward to meeting you down the line.
You as well, man. Thank you so much.
No doubt.
Ooh.